grandmother, Faina Voskaboynik, who was my age when World War II started. She told me about her escape from the Nazis in 1941. There were so many people there to help her and her family to run away. First, there was an army representative who told them that they must leave immediately because they were both Jews and a family of an army officer. When their cars were bombed and they had to walk the rest of the way to Kiev, kind people took them on their horse-drawn carts so they would have a slim chance to catch an eastbound train before the Nazis captured the city. My grandmother was lucky to get out from Kiev early enough, and she ended up in the deep rural part of Russia. Once again, she was very fortunate to find people who loved her and taught her family basic survival skills. For example, how to make bread out of grass. That way, she did not die from hunger. I'm so glad that there were so many people there to help. Without them, my grandmother wouldn't have been able to survive. I'm also very grateful to her for sharing such an emotional story with me. It is very important to me.
Мое имя Миша. У меня в войне воевали 3 людей. Мои прадедушки, прадеда Иосиф и Песов, и мой дедушка Толя. Мои прадедушки оба умерли в войне. Один в 32 года и другой в 36. И из-за этого они не увидели, как их дети выросли и как у них детей выросли. А мой дедушка Толя сейчас живет в России, в Иванове, и он воевал с начала до конца войны, и я очень благодарен ему и прадедушке Иосиф и Песов, что я здесь сегодня из-за них. Спасибо.
During the war, my grandma's family lived in Leningrad. When the siege started, my babushka Ina and twin Asa were just 5 years old. They moved together with other relatives to survive the hunger. In a few long months, barely alive, they were taken out of the siege city by the ice road Ladligorod to the village in Chuvashia, but 3 of them did not make it. Within the same week, 3 members of the family died. 2 of my great-great-grandmothers, Grozin Padina, and babushka's older sister Zina, was just 7. Today I want to say to my babushka Ina and her sister Asa, I'm so happy they survived, grew up, and later moved to America where our family is finally safe and happy. I love you very much.
Я расскажу про моего прадедушку Леву, маминого дедушку. Меня назвали в честь него. Он был очень музыкальным. Он хорошо пел и играл на разных музыкальных инструментах. До войны он работал фотографом. В самом начале войны он ушел на фронт. Он был связистом. Он попал без вести в самом начале войны, и его семья никогда больше о нем не слышали. По рассказам моих родителей, все мои 4 прадедушки пропали без вести во время войны. Мои бабушки и дедушки выросли без отцов. Но они помнят рассказы своих мам и сказали моим родителям, они рассказывали мне, а я расскажу моим детям, чтобы они знали, что их предки были участниками Второй мировой войны.
My great-granduncle Monya was a lieutenant in the army in 1941. His tank was blown up and he was the only one who survived in the entire group. Though he lost his feet, he learned to wear special shoes, and my grandmother says he was the best dancer in the family. My great-grandpa was in the Navy in 1941. His ship fought in the Black Sea. His most tragic memory was the episode during October of 1941. A Soviet fleet moved from Odessa to Sevastopol. His fleet was attacked by German Air Force. As ships were blown apart, the sailors would jump into the water, but the remaining ships were not allowed to slow down and pick them up. To his dying day, he remembered the screams of the dying men. After Sevastopol, he was transferred to the Navy infantry. He was wounded many times, but he fought till the end of the war and was in Berlin in 1945. I wear his name with great pride.
When the war started, my grandfather Joseph lived in Vitebsk. He was only 3 years old and was at the hospital with a respiratory infection. All the children from the hospital were taken away to the orphanage outside of the city. His mother and his younger brother Roman were moved out of the city to a safer place. My grandfather couldn't find his family and was growing up in the orphanage. When the World War II ended, my grandfather was asking and looking for his family. It took him 15 years to reunite with his family. He became a grown young man and found out that his father was killed in the war. He was so happy to see his mom and younger brother again. This day, we are celebrating 70 years since World War II ended, and every family in Russia were affected. My great-grandfather fought and put his life before others. Now we should honor our grandparents and great-grandparents that are still alive.
Tashkent, Uzbekistan, 1941. My great-grandfather, Vasily Alexandrovich Katenikov, was called upon to defend the motherland. As a 4-year-old, my grandfather, Gana, was distressed to hear the news. He remembers the draft that took his father like it was yesterday. The draft office was crammed with young faces, hundreds of people wearing the same crisp outfit. He remembers that as he looked, everyone merged and looked the same. He was with his mother, Ida, and his 1-year-old little brother. They were looking for Vasily in order to say goodbye. As he could be taken front lines any moment, his mother had lost any hope of finding Vasily, but he remembers being drawn into a certain part of the crowd. And among the hundreds of people around him, he spots his father. Little Gana runs up to him and gives him a huge hug, and they call over Ida. They say goodbyes and give out their hugs, not knowing they'll see each other. My grandfather and his family had not heard any news from my great-grandfather or news about him until January of 1945. They received a letter from the commander of Vasily's military unit. It said, "Dear Ida, in your letter addressed to Vasily Kontennikov, you ask,
Дорогой Вася, в чем дело? От тебя перестали поступать письма? Или ты обиделся на что? Позабыл про жену и крошек детей? Или тебя нет в живых?
You ask for the reasons for his silence. Yes, Ida, your husband Katenikov Vasily was killed on July 20th, 1944. He lost his life fighting Germans and died for the motherland. Vasily Alexandrovich was buried with honor in a mass grave near Minsk. He did not live for the last 9 months to see this official May 9th, 1945 Victory Day. He fought to the last drop of blood for his beautiful Idachka and his little son. For a bright future without fascism, we will never forget your valiant sacrifice.